My bad. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. All right. Will you paste it on screen like masterclass? Absolutely not. That was just, that's a terrible way to do a giveaway. You know what I mean? I just didn't have any other way to do it. So, yeah, it was probably the worst way to do a giveaway. Dude, we have been in this, we've been contained below 30,000 for a while. So we have the same level. I'm watching the same level this morning that I was watching yesterday, basically between 900 and 950. If we can actually accept above it and we can get above it, then we're gonna start making our way back up towards the monthly ceiling. But the overnight balanced out. This week has been pretty tough. I'm gonna be real. It's been a tough week this week. Yesterday's price action was probably the worst New York AM session price action I've seen in like in a little while. I'm sure the prop firms loved yesterday. They probably made a bunch of money. Bunch of resets. So pre-market, we're opening up in here. In the event that we start accepting back below the 800s, I think we're going to come take data lows and make our way back down into discount. But I am kind of cautious this morning about us potentially just rotating again, which would suck, but it's kind of base scenario, base case. Utter chaos. Yeah, my bad, bro. Don't worry. If you guys are new here and you don't know how we do giveaways, everybody gets a chance. It's very easy to enter. You just literally click a green button or we do a duck race. But I'm gonna have to tell the YouTube chat to join, because it's only for people in the Discord. Because it's the only way I could run the bot, realistically. Run the bot for the giveaway. So I have this IQ Capital funded account, but I'm gonna be careful today. I think I might trade some evals, to be honest, this morning. I got whooped this week. We're currently in a red week for me. But it's not the end of the world. If you are having a good week this week, congratulations, because I think it's been a relatively tough week. At least for the way that I trade. So we'll see what happens here at the open, but I was nervous. I wasn't going to have any accounts to give away to the community. But we got them. Actually, we got them like 5 minutes before I started the stream. They hit me with them, which is great. Also, dude, that IQ Capital interview it's at like 70,000 views in the first 48 hours. It's pretty crazy. I'm almost at 10K subs, by the way. 10K subs on YouTube. Maybe we'll do something for that. Maybe we'll do some type of giveaway or something. I don't know. But 10K subs, that's a milestone. You have blown 15 accounts unfunded next. Well, Let's turn that around, brother. Let's turn it around. We did leave data lows from yesterday, yes. Does your heart start racing and do you get nervous every time you enter a trade? No. Commando, I have let me explain something to you. I actually have a video about how I make my pre-market plans, and then I also have if you join the community, there should be a link in the YouTube description. If you join the community, I send out daily outlooks every single morning. I'll show you. Okay. I send daily outlooks every day. So I have upside, downside, and rotational scenarios and areas that I'm watching for. And also, I've been cooking this. I've been cooking this up. You guys can't really see it. Here, I'll show you actually right now. I've been cooking. We've been vibe coding. We've been vibe coding. I read these every morning. I made that, by the way, but we have been cooking them. Hold on, I gotta put this back. Do you know your rough spent on the 59K payouts year to date? Yes, I do. You have to keep track of it. It's probably, I haven't looked, I don't know the exact number, but it's on a sheet. Honestly, this year started off pretty strong, and then I just started getting whooped a little bit, to be honest. So I've probably spent like $12,000. So really not a lot. Or really not a lot in terms of profit, I mean. Because, and then also, you know, some stuff happened, but no excuses. It should be more than that. It should be more. So not too happy. But we still got enough time in the year to turn it around. So still got enough time in the year to turn it around. Although I'm probably not really going to trade a lot of December. I may be MIA December. I got a bunch of stuff I got to do. I might be moving. I'm going to be traveling. So we may take it easy in December. But we still got, although I've been getting whooped this month. This might be the second worst month of for me. I got whooped in May, and I'm getting whooped this month. But we still got like almost 3 weeks, so, or 2 weeks. Where do I currently live? In California. Yeah, I can turn things around. I should be realistically, I should have been probably closer to, as of right now, with the current spend that I did spend, I should probably be closer to like 75K in payouts, but I fumbled some of them. I also got rug pulled from a firm. But that one really wasn't that much. It was probably a couple thousand. But it kind of pissed me off. I'm gonna be real. They got me. They hit me with some psychological warfare. They got me. How do you not get nervous when you take Yeah, I do. I am gonna give away some IQ accounts today. Shout out IQ Capital. I gotta put up their banner on You guys are probably gonna see me on some of their content. They're gonna do some pretty cool videos. I'm gonna go participate in them. But how do you not get nervous when you take a trade? Well, if you're getting nervous when you take a trade, you're probably sizing kind of heavy, to be honest. Which firm exposed them? Alpha Futures. L Alpha Futures. L firm. L firm. Although, you know what? They never had an issue with paying. Well, wait, hold on. Before that happened, they never had an issue with paying me out, and I'm very net positive with that firm. So we can have a clean breakup. We can break. I would be upset though if they did that and I wasn't positive with the firm. That would have bothered me more. But you know what? Like, scoreboard 1 for me. 0 for, well, they try to get me, but it's whatever. The Matrix. Yeah, Sam's Club. That's basically like they're gonna make videos like that. So I'm gonna participate in them. I think they should be pretty good. They have a really good their YouTube's probably gonna blow up. They have some really cool interviews coming out pretty soon from some traders you guys all know, and I think they're gonna be pretty good. So, all right, let's see what we do. We're kind of opening up here in the 900, 950 area. So we want to see if we're actually going to start getting above here so we can start probing 30,000, 30,100. But if we fail, we open up and just immediately push down. I'm trying to see right now if we're going if this move down's about to fail and we're about to start ripping it to the upside. What up, Christian? I'm not necessarily convinced in this move down yet. If we start flipping bullish on this 5-minute, the only thing is that we are in this area that I'm watching, so we truly won't really have that. We would still need to be careful about 950, but there is enough room where we could probably move it break even. Alright, I'm actually going to try some longs right here. Stop loss is going to have to be pretty wide though. And once we do start approaching the 950 area, I'm going to have to move it to break even. But what I'm looking for right now is for us to get past 950 to start making our way into the 30,000s again. We watched sellers step in immediately at the open and they just were getting absorbed and we're starting to flip bullish to the upside. Actually, this is on my funded account, by the way. Let's hope we don't snap back and chop at the open. We should hold above 900 if this is going to continue higher. So we're pushing past 950. I don't want to see a failure here. I'm going to actually move this to break even. And then once we start approaching 30,000, I'm going to begin to trail the stop pretty tightly because that's the monthly ceiling around 30,000, 30,100. Let's see if we can finally have a good day today. I'm getting whooped, bro. Let's get some follow through. So we're approaching 30,000. When we take these orders here, I'm going to start trailing stop pretty tight just to lock in the day. I took this on 2 accounts. So I took this on this funded account and I'm also in on my live account. I'm going to show you guys that in a second. I just got to focus on this right now. Both of them are at break even. We're about 75 points in profit right now. Alright, we just took all the orders that were sitting here. I'm going to start trailing this one pretty tight. Right below 30,000. Lock in 650 on the... We might run it today. I think we might run it up to 30,100. Let's go. Let's go. I'm actually going to take off 2 right here. And then we'll leave the stop right below 30,000. Live account right now is currently... Here, let me show you. Live account right now is currently running 740 in profit. I'm also going to trail this as well. Below 30,000. So we'll lock in 500 on the live account. I want to see us continue through. Full target's going to be sitting around, it's 30,110 is full target. We'll actually front run it. I'm going to front run the TP to 30,094 full TP on both of these. I'm going to be real though, if we run this right now, I'm done. This is the only thing I'm going to do today. Well, you know what? I'm probably done anyways. I'll kick it. I'll hang out for a bit. Um, Maybe I'll trade some evals because I was gonna trade evals, but this was looking pretty good for our funded accounts in our live account. Actually, on the live account, I'm gonna scale out a contract right here and let the rest of it ride. Did any of you guys take that with me? Cool. Guys, he was in earlier too. Awesome. Let's see what happens. I would love for us to actually get out of this area. Like, we've been stuck below 30,100 for a month. I think the PA should probably get better once we start getting past it. It doesn't mean like in either direction. We've been kind of like consolidating in this area. We were getting stuck all week below 900s, which was slightly frustrating. What platform am I using? That's the question of the year, huh? Question of the year. What platform? I use deep charts and I use ATES. I use both of them. Why not? This is deep chart. This is ATES. Stops going right below stacked and balanced, so around 994. 994. And then we're just gonna hold it for full TP. And then guess what? We got accounts to give away. Wow, what a day. We open up. And we just rip. If this flips bullish, I'm trailing below failed sellers here, but if it hits us out, we'll lock in about 700 on the funded and I'm actually gonna trail it right now. Trailing it to 30,007. Lock in a little bit more. See if we can flip it back to the upside. If not, where is our entry on this? Whoops. 904. 904. We'll get out right here. 100 points. About a 2.5 hour. Unless it runs to full TP. Be about a 4 hour. Cool. Alright, so we're up 800 on this IQ Capital funded account. I'm up on my live account this morning. $536. Good stuff. Now I'll switch over to eval and just sit here for a bit. That was a pretty quick morning this morning. Come on, let's get some W's in the chat for 100 points off the open before the 15-minute chart, even 15-minute candle even closed. I hope some of you guys caught that. Dude, we needed that. I've been getting whooped in the opening chop like for a week. It's freaking terrible. For like 2 weeks actually. It's been devastating. Can you explain why you took this trade? Sure. So for well, let's leave this on here for now. For the past 2 days, we've been struggling to get past 900 to 950. At the open, we opened up and immediately pushed down. We didn't even make a wick to the upside. Didn't even make a wick to the upside. We immediately pushed down. And we were watching to see whether or not that selling aggression was actually going to result in any type of price progression, right? Well, they were getting absorbed. Ooh, just gave my stop loss a little kiss on the cheek. It's all right though. They pushed down, they're stalling, getting absorbed, and then we started pushing back aggressively with the buyers. The moment we flip bullish, I'm going long because this area up here, wow, what a bummer, whatever. This area up here is the monthly ceiling, and chances are we're probably, if we're not going to be able to actually push down, this is where we're headed to, which is, we're running it out right now. I will say though, this is gonna, I want to see if we're actually going to break above this right now. This was the target for this morning. 30,110. What a nice move, dude. What a breath of fresh air, NQ. I've been feeling, I've started looking at, I started looking at gold yesterday. I feel like NQ is being mean. It was being disgusting the past week or so. Today we're back. So I am watching here. If we can actually accept above 30,110, we may just continue this to the upside. And if I were you guys, I would not try and call the top of this. But you can do whatever you want. Not financial advice. We're poking our head out of it now. Look, check it out. Finally. Finally. Now let's see if it holds, though. I mean, that's the real question. Is it gonna hold? And I'm happy we were able to catch that. I've been looking for that move. Like, I've been looking for that move to happen for like a while. Well, let's see. Sorry, I know you guys are asking questions. I'll answer them in a second. I'm just market's moving. We gotta pay attention a little bit. I still got some evals I gotta trade. Yeah, I also thought CPI was gonna give the move that I thought CPI was gonna do this, right? Was gonna help this happen yesterday. And it did completely the opposite. It did a bunch of nothing. Well, it seems like all of us had a good day today. Looks like you guys all caught the longs, so. Wow, we almost have 200 people in the YouTube live stream. What up? What up, everybody? Also, since you're all here right now, I have some accounts I'm going to give away. But if you want to win the account, you have to join the Discord. Go in the description below. Join it. It's a free community. You guys can just join. Or right there. And then if you're in the Discord and you're in the Discord call, like because I stream in Discord, it's honestly, if you guys are gonna watch me trade, it's probably a better idea to watch me in Discord because there's not as much of a delay, and it's free, and I give my outlooks in there. So I'm gonna give accounts away in a second. Not in a second. I'm gonna give accounts away in a little bit. But we have some accounts from Fund of Futures Network. Shout out Fund of Futures Network for their generosity of giving us free accounts. 50% off. Buy one, get one free. Code Thrax. Great firm. Also, we got IQ Capital. Shout out IQ Capital. Interviews almost at like 70, or it's past 70,000 views. 48 hours. Pretty crazy. They gave me accounts to give away because they love all you guys. So we'll give one of those. We'll give 2 accounts away today. Honestly, the IQ Capital accounts are kind of at first I didn't know how I felt about the position loss rule, but it's pretty dope, dude. If you have like 100K 100K account like this funded account with IQ Capital that I just traded this long on right now, it's a 100K. And dude, it's $6,000 a drawdown on a 100K account. It's literally a 1-to-1. It's crazy. Is there a trade recap? Uh, yeah, J-Ham, did you just get in here? Because we took longs. We took Okay, you just got in here? Alright. So I'll explain it again for you. So this morning, the Outlook said this, okay? This is the thought process for you guys. Upside. If buyers are able to accept past 900 to 950, we're going to look for us to revisit the 30,100 monthly ceiling. This is only valid if we accept through this area with not just a wick, with actual acceptance, right? So we push up into it pre-market. I made that outlook when we were sitting down here. We push up into it pre-market. We're holding pre-market right before the open. The open opens up and immediately pushes down. So when this candle opened up, we immediately start pushing down. We're watching selling aggression stepping in. I'm watching a delta chart. So I'm watching this. I'm looking at delta. I'm seeing sellers get incredibly aggressive at the extremes of this candle. We're stalling out in this area, and then on the way back up, while this candle begins to flip, we start seeing aggressive buying start stepping in. So when this candle begins to flip bullish and we're holding 900 the way that we held it, we have sellers trying to get below 900. They fail. We hold above it. Then at that point, I'm looking for us to basically squeeze it towards the target, which is fortunately what we did. We did trail stop a little bit, so I'm okay with trailing stop on the funded account, although on my live account, I probably should have held it. I probably shouldn't have trailed the stop on my live account. That was slightly a mistake, but that's hindsight, you know? I will say that this area in general has been the Great Wall of China for a month. And I would have hated for us to come up here and slam all the way back down and we locked in 100 points, but it is something to note though that like if we are going to break through it, and we're going to accept out of it, we're probably going to continue. So it might end up being something that we make a large move up, right? We maybe retrace a little bit. Wherever we retrace, maybe to 30,000, maybe to 30,100, whatever. And then we just kind of enter this like slow grind to the upside. Or we retrace, drop it all the way back, and then just start chopping. But it looks like it's going to continue to the upside. Every single time sellers have stepped in so far, they've just been getting absolutely demolished. So yeah, I'd recommend if you guys are sitting here, do not think to yourself like don't sit here and be like, "Oh, the market's gone up too much. It's got to come down now." I'll send flowers to your funeral, to your account's funeral. Dude, in the past I used to do that. Like let's say we're dropping and I'm like, "Oh, we dropped way too much." We're pumping, we pump way too much. PA will respect the second fair value gap, but disrespect the first. Fair value gaps. You think it's going to disrespect this? And respect this? Why? What's the reasoning behind that? The almighty fair value gap. Fair value gap. Honestly, if we're going to talk about fair value gaps and you're talking about which one's going to hold, this is probably going to hold here. If I just had to make a guess, this is going to hold. Rather than this. I mean, if we come down, sure, but this is going to hold. If we disrespect this and we pump through this, that's actually, I probably be less confident in trying to take longs. I think at that point we'd probably be rebalancing this move up and then entering into a chop. Man, we should have held that. We should have held that on a live account. We could have hit a banger today. We could have hit a banger. Look, nothing wrong. All right, you know what? I know ICT and Orderflow community. Why do traders hate each other, man? If we make money, we make money. We're not, you know, let's just all kumbaya, homie. let's just all make some money. I don't care what your strategy is. If you make money doing it, good for you. The only thing I will just stand on and I will not let go is you cannot tell me that there's something called the Enigma that this dude coded that runs the market. Get out of here. If you believe that, shame. Shame on you. But if you trade ICT concepts and you make money doing it, well, awesome. You know, a lot, just so you guys know, ICT concepts are not, he didn't invent a lot of that stuff. A lot of it has to do with auction market theory. And then all the other things that he rebranded were already existing concepts. Although I do think I don't believe I know algos are in the market, of course, but there's this like idea of there's a singular algorithm called the Enigma that runs the entire market. Like, bro, what? And he coded it? Dude, I will say, ICT though, dude is a legend. He created a cult following. You can't knock that. Like, that is impressive. He took existing concepts, rebranded them, made it sound like a science, and built a massive cult following off of it. He should be studied. It's amazing. So here's our plan. We're gonna take order flow concepts. We're gonna rename them. I'm gonna brand it as we'll call it a Thrax node. And then we'll just package it up and sell it to the masses. No, but you know what? I have friends who trade ICT and they're very successful traders. Very successful. So I you know, as funny as, you know, we kind of crack jokes and stuff, but whatever makes money, bro, is, you know, good for you. Making fun money is different than living money. That's a valid point. Level 2 is more fun. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ways to trade, you know? I know Orderflow is getting popular. Well, it got really popular. I just like My brain likes how I can look at information. It's just easy for me to understand. Did I catch the buy? I caught 100 points of it. And then it pumped another 100 points. We could have hit a banger on the live account. I would have been up like $1,000, $1,500 probably on the live account. And you know what? I'm going to Vegas later. Not today, but that would have been nice. I would have taken some money out of my live account and go hit the baccarat. Hit the baccarat with the Chinese unks. At the MGM mansion, in the high limit room at the mansions, you sit down at baccarat. You find a wise old Chinese man smoking a cigarette. You just tail him. That's like saying Jim Jones was an amazing cult leader. I'm just talking in terms of marketing, bro. Like I'm just talking in terms of marketing. He's a good marketer. Honestly, there's probably nothing else this morning that I'm gonna be able to trade. That was it. Either you took it and you held it, or you took it and took your profits. There might be a move during later on, but for now, I think there's really nothing I can do. So here's what I'll do. I'll sit here. Yeah, NQ still has room to the upside. Yes, I 100% agree. So I'll sit here and I'll answer some of your guys' questions. Although I'm not going to sit here and do like a full masterclass of stuff, but I'll answer some questions. What was your aha moment? There was no aha moment. There was just a rock bottom. There was just a rock bottom. I think that whole idea about like one day everything is just gonna click is bull. It's bull. That does not happen. It didn't happen. Well, maybe it does. Maybe one night you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning and you go from being unprofitable and you just are like, I understand. Now I'm gonna be profitable. I don't really think it works like that, but you know, if that happened to you, then awesome. It took a while though. Trial and error. And we're still working on it. Why don't you trade only your live account when you can capitalize on your knowledge? Dude, the return on investment that you can get from prop firms cannot be beat. It cannot be beat by live accounts. Think about it like this, okay? I'll give you an example. In January, okay? In January of this year, I spent on prop firms, I spent $800 on accounts, okay? And that month I pulled in payouts. I had more in the P&L, but that month in payouts was like almost $19,000 in payouts for January. So like imagine you basically took an $800 investment and turned it into, 19 grand. Try and do that in a live account. You can't. So the opportunity that prop firms allow for return on investment will never be beaten until they start changing all the stuff up, which they will, but for now, it's way better than a live account, honestly. Yeah, is it annoying? You gotta pass evals and follow rules. Yeah, but if you don't have like a ton of capital, Because it's like this, okay? If you're gonna make any type of money and you're gonna trade a live account, you need some money in there. You know what I mean? It's not you're probably not gonna have a fun time throwing $500,000 in at a time into a live account and then trying to make actual money with that. It's just not sustainable. You would have to. Is it possible? Of course, but you would have to have like a good amount of money. Like I think honestly, if you want to be able to make money from a live account, like decent money, you'd probably need, if you're gonna trade micros with this volatility, you'd probably need like the bare minimum, like 5 to 10 grand. But if you want to actually like follow proper risk management, and you'd have to be aggressive. But if you want to follow proper risk management, you probably need, if you want to make any money, you probably need like 25K in there, in my opinion. But AMP Futures does offer $300 margins on minis for NQ, so take that information and do with it as you will. Why choose futures over options? I like futures because it's less stuff to think about for me. And also because they had this like at the time the PDT rule, and also they didn't have prop firms. Options prop firms. Imagine the type of degeneracy that'll go on those. Whew. 0 DTE, far out the money, let it ride. That'd be crazy. Do you ever consider using deep dom with deep chart? Maybe. I might. How are you only at 58,000 payouts if you pulled 19K in January? Well, obviously January was a pretty good month, and then February was also decent, March was decent, April was rough. May I got whooped. June I was building it back up. July I was focusing on live accounts, and then this month I'm getting whooped. So yeah, I mean I'm not really super proud about how this year's playing out in terms of payouts. But you know what? Who cares, dude? We're green. We're not millionaires. But it's all right. We got enough time at the, we got enough time still this year where we can make a comeback. No, it's a valid question. I got whooped so far this month. Like this move. Okay, like let's look at something for a second. Sick. That looks like we could make a lot of money in there. Whoops. I don't know, dude. This was a nice move this day. Although I hesitated on it. This day I had a level I was watching that was sitting down here. And I watched price come into this area and I was supposed to take a long. I hesitated on it and then it just ran without me. But yeah. We'll pick it back up, don't worry. We'll get back on thing is just going. We'll get back on the right path. Took 100 points on that move. You wish you were still in, but happy you got that big of a pull. Yeah, well, 100 points is great. 100 points is awesome. Crown is still holding from the open because he's a beast. This guy's a beast. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm done for the day because we're just pumping at this point. I can't really do anything anymore. We caught the longs. Golf clap on the live account and the funded account. I'm okay with that. I got whooped this week, so we needed that. That was nice. And then I'm gonna do a giveaway right now for the Discord. So for any of the 150 people sitting in the YouTube, if you guys want to win a free account from Funded Futures Network or from IQ Capital, go ahead and join the Discord. Join the live trading stage, and I'll be in there. But I'm going to end the YouTube live stream, and I'll be back on YouTube tomorrow. So YouTube chat, see you later.